Bienvenido.
It's Chili's o'clock somewhere.
Slosh hours. But as of right now, oh wait, try speaking into your.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We're pretty. Just keep the mic the same distance.
Okay.
All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to SloshHours Podcast. This is your host Slosh, and today we have a special guest, Lemur.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good, man. Lemur goes to the same school I do, same high school. We'll keep that name anonymous in hopes of not getting expelled. But yeah, good guy. And today, I don't know what we're gonna be talking about. It's the second podcast I've recorded, but still kind of new to this. Still figuring it out. But
yeah, both are.
Yeah. Let's see. Your input too. Okay. Yeah, sorry. This is a really jank setup I got going here.
Yeah, the mic settings are a little suspect right
I'm using Apple headphones as my recording headphones, so that should tell you how good our setup is.
I don't even know what headphones I'm using.
Yeah, those are from like the 80s, dude.
That's good. That's what we like to see.
Yeah. So Slosh Hours. I got a list of topics, and you can pick which one you want to start going off.
Should we just go from the top and hit the bottom?
Yeah, I don't care. We can skip some.
Yeah, we can.
No. Let's break it open with let's do a joke or a statistic or something.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have any? Do you want?
No,
me to
you
go?
You can go.
All right, I got one. Let me look this up really quick. Yeah, these are okay. This is imgur.com, so we don't get copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
How do you circumcise a redneck? You kick his sister in the jaw. That's pretty good. I like that one. That's pretty
Only
good.
in Alabama, though.
Yeah.
Only in Alabama.
Dude, you'd be surprised. There's some weird stuff going on in Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. Well, Indiana's a really suspect place.
Indiana's a weird state because it's like, what's in it?
Yeah, it's so nice,
Indiana?
but so hillbilly redneck at the same time.
Well, like down by the racetrack, especially. Dude.
Yeah,
the racetrack is.
You don't know what's gonna happen down there.
No. Of course not.
You could get circumcised by your sister's jaw down there.
That is messed up, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, next joke. Let's do another joke. Oh, I think we read that one the last podcast. No, we gotta have some censored stuff. I can't just read. Some of these are so bad.
Go for it.
Oh no, it's this one. A Jew with a boner runs into a wall. What does he break? His nose. That's pretty good.
That's good.
All right, now that we've offended anybody who's listening, let's get into these topics.
Yeah. So you want to start with Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, man. I got his book right here. 12 Rules for Life: An Antidote to Chaos. Yeah. It's a phenomenal book. It is.
We both have read it. It's,
yeah. Are you still reading it?
Yeah, I'm still reading it right now.
Where are you?
About halfway through, but
halfway through.
His sense of writing and his style of writing is just
he's a brilliant. He's a brilliant
genius. Writer. Like IQ 160. That's what it sounds.
Well, his his story. He was like a professor in
Toronto.
Yeah, and they passed like a bill that said for transgender students you have to use their preferred pronoun, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't necessarily against using the preferred pronoun. It was the fact that the Canadian government was telling people how to use their speech.
Yeah, which is stupid because
it's like a First Amendment,
That's not that's like a God-given right. You should be able to speak however
I think it should be. I think freedom of speech is very important.
If you can't speak freely, then how's anything going to get done?
No,
everyone's going to sound like robots.
I agree, and that's partly why I made this podcast, is to have a platform for free speech, and that's why we're keeping it anonymous, so we don't get crucified, or we hopefully get a job.
I hate getting crucified.
Yeah,
it's always tough.
No, dude, I was talking to Soup in the first podcast, and we were talking about before how people say something, and then their whole career and whole lives just get destroyed.
Yeah. I mean,
it's tough to see, man.
I've seen it firsthand. Firsthand? There's a few people. You have too.
Yeah, man. Even in high school, man, someone someone will post something and then
like
they just get
like a video or something.
Yeah, but we're not gonna. We were not directly involved in the video Lemur's talking about.
No, we were not. Nor would we ever be.
That was a mess, man.
Yeah.
Let's get into some controversial topic. Let's get into
Those
something
are my favorite.
people get
Let's
heated.
go for it.
Do you want to do like existence, politics, religion?
I don't know, man. But I'm down for anything.
I think we should start with politics because people fucking get
Always down
heated.
with politics.
They get so heated over politics.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I mean, I can kind of.
It's because
why.
people take it like personally now.
Yeah, but
like you'll be like,
everyone knows politics is just.
You'll be like, oh, I'm a Republican, and they're like, oh shit, I fucking hate this guy,
Yeah.
and vice versa too.
Yeah, it's bad, really.
But yeah, let's do politics.
I mean, that's like George Washington. One of his like most famous phrases is he doesn't want our country to get divided into two-party system, and then that's exactly what happened.
I think our country is the most divided it's ever been.
I mean, the Civil War, that was pretty divided.
Well, yeah,
but we're getting closer to that every year.
Yeah,
so I don't know, dude. Like,
I don't know, man.
I think we're all just too big of pussies to have a civil war, honestly.
I don't think it'll come to a war, but I honestly think there'll be a complete revolution in the way our government's set up.
I think there should be. I mean, the two-party system is just so broken. It results in people wanting to go for it along their own party lines rather than doing what's good for the country.
Right. No,
which is absolute trash.
So right now, for everybody listening, in 5 years or so when we're famous and you're listening back, right now in politics, what's happening is Trump just got acquitted in his impeachment trial. And it's 2020, so the election. And shit is heated, man.
That has made
heated.
Many people are very salty that he got acquitted.
No, and it's just insane, dude. Pelosi, did you see she ripped up that
the papers
his speech at the State of the Union?
I was like, my whole family was like, "Whoa, she just did that? Really?"
Dude, that our country, and they're not even shaking hands, and shit's just going down the toilet.
I don't know how this is going to play out in 20 years when we're like...
Dude, I honestly think Trump's going to get reelected.
I don't know about that one.
Nobody's going to stop him.
Well, because, here's what I thought. When he got elected the first time, he lost the popular vote.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter at all, because we go in on an electoral college system. But the thing is, I think many Democrats, not many, but a small percentage of Democrats didn't even show up to vote because they were so confident that Hillary was going to win.
Yeah. No,
so,
dude.
at the next election, I don't know, because this whole impeachment acquittal thing has really boosted Trump's numbers.
I think it has in the end. I think it's kind of backfired on him.
On Trump?
No, on the Democrats.
Oh, yeah. I think it has, too, because, now because the Democrats tried to impeach him without any evidence. I mean, they thought they had evidence, but it wasn't strong enough to deserve an impeachment. I just hope you know
this episode's definitely going to get demonetized just from this talk.
That's fine. No, we're fine with demonetization.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what we're going for. But I remember that because I was at my girlfriend's house, and they were Hillary. No, different girlfriend.
Okay.
And they were a big Hillary supporter family, and I was hanging out there, and then she goes, it was like, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night, and she goes, yeah, Hillary's the president. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I wake up the next morning, and then it says Trump's the president. So,
well,
they thought Hillary was going to be the president until,
No, they for sure did. Up until the results were released. I mean, I even thought that.
Yeah, no, but, the news said Hillary was the president.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fake news right there.
That was a mess, dude. That's the start of when shit just hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a kid in our class, actually, who's going to a Catholic private school. Everyone's more on one side of the aisle than the other.
Yeah.
This kid was on the opposite aisle. When he found out the results of the 2016 election, he was not having it. Not very happy.
No, dude.
He was kind of upset, head down in class, and it was like...
Have you seen those videos of the announcements when Trump gets elected the first time? And people
Yeah, those are funny, but kind of sad also at the same time.
No, it's horrifying because people are just so divisive now. It's even worse today.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. And then I think he's gonna get reelected because who's gonna oppose him? Sanders?
I have no idea.
Biden definitely isn't. I don't know who's gonna oppose him. Is your mic good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea who's gonna oppose him because, honestly, I think the front runners right now, according to the Iowa caucus, which was a huge, massive mess.
Right. Yeah,
the front runners are Bernie and Buttigieg and
Buttigieg.
Amy Klobuchar actually made a strong appearance, but the most normal out of them all is Andrew Yang. I mean, he's
Well,
he's very left, but he's like actually like normal and like kind of cool.
The thing I've seen about the Democratic Party now is there's the Democrats and the Republicans, and then there's the socialists that are in charge of the Democratic Party. It's like the I can't remember what they're called. It's like it's the
Democratic Socialists.
Yeah. But it's like, dude, back in the day, socialism in America was like people's nightmares.
Yeah.
Like JFK, they were all anti-communist, anti-socialist.
And JFK was he a Democrat? I'm pretty sure he was a Democrat.
Well, I don't know. We don't know. He got shot in the head.
Yeah, but he ran as a Democrat. It's fucking terrible.
Oh yeah. I can't. My headphone crapped out, so I can't hear this. But we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
we gotta get some better material for this, man. Or some better equipment.
Yeah, I agree.
What do we need? We need headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Headphone mics. So,
all right, man. That's one topic. That's some of modern politics. And I think shit's gonna get into a revolution.
It could. It very well could. I mean, people are
Trump's gonna get reelected, and people hate him so much that it's just not gonna be good.
Maybe
that's
in
all I know.
3 years, when you guys are listening back on this, you'll be like, what idiots. Trump did not get reelected.
Yeah.
And then everything we said
totally
is just
not.
completely invalid.
Yeah. No, pretty much everything. Everybody who's listening, most of the stuff we're gonna say on this is pretty much false.
Yeah, don't fact check us because we won't pass.
Yeah, we don't claim to know what we're actually talking about.
But we act
pretend.
like we do.
We pretend, and I think we're pretty good.
We're pretty good BSers.
Yeah.
So I got a headline right here. It says, "Whore, famed pianist sees her favorite piano smashed to pieces."
Horror? Oh, horror.
Yeah,
horror.
No,
I thought you just said horror. I'm like, dude, wow, that's some headline.
No, horror.
Horror.
Yeah, it's a whole article about this Canadian pianist, Angela Hewitt, who
why do they call it that? Why is it pianist?
I don't know.
That's so
whoever made that. Yeah,
pianist?
they wanted to see their favorite instrument fail.
It should be piano player.
Piano player. That's what that's what I would refer to.
Like, what do you play?
You don't say pianist because then you sound like it. Yeah, you know. Yeah, but this Canadian pianist.
Yeah.
God, that's so unfortunate. Adored a piano, and it was her best friend and best companion. And then it got smashed to pieces.
How did it get smashed?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
They
don't really say it just got smashed to pieces.
That's the story. That's all we're going to go into depth on that. Pretty much a piano got smashed and it was her best friend. So that's unfortunate, man.
I don't know how you smash a piano.
You hate to see that. What do we got next here on this? So we did Jordan Peterson for a little bit. I recommend, especially guys, if you haven't read this book, you should definitely read it. 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos by Jordan B. Peterson. It'll make you think, man.
It really does. You can't just go through that book and think about someone else while you're reading it.
No,
you gotta every single sentence is like a whole different idea.
And he's so smart. Some of the stuff
it's unbelievable.
I had to reread 3 times to even understand the.
Oh yeah,
the
there's paragraphs that I've read 10 times in there.
Yeah,
because you just can't understand. It takes so much mental power to process it that you feel your brain actually growing.
Yeah, dude. And I haven't read. So since 5th grade to up into a year ago, I didn't read a single book.
Oh yeah.
But now in the last month,
that's the only book I've read in the past.
No, dude.
Since Tuck Everlasting, which was
that like a kindergarten book or something?
No. We read that between 5th and 6th grade, and it was it was. I didn't think it was bad. Everyone else said it was absolute garbage.
I haven't read it.
It was literally about the first 8 chapters of the book. There were 26 chapters. The first 8 chapters were just all setting, so it was literally toxic to read.
I got you.
So that already set it off bad. But after that, the story actually got decent. It's about the fountain of youth type thing.
Oh yeah.
And then and then these 2 families in the fountain of youth. I don't know. It was really interesting.
Yeah, dude. So I've been starting to read again though.
I
think I've gone through
that's good.
4 or 5 books in the last 2 months or something.
Yeah, that's one of Warren Buffett's keys to success. Reading.
Dude, yeah,
all the billionaires read. Every single one of them puts time aside every day.
They keep learning throughout time.
Yeah,
and that's important. You got to learn in the time.
Yeah, it is. That's my 6 habits of happy people, which is my lock screen. Says the 6 habits are: don't show off, talk less, help less fortunate, laugh more, ignore nonsense, and learn daily, which
That's
I guess the
pretty good.
reading kicks into about 3 or 4 of those.
I could live by that. I don't know if I'd make it my lock screen, but
well, it's even better that I didn't crop it at all, so it's literally just an
that's
Instagram.
proud, dude. That is.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next topic? I wrote down literally just fucking Indiana is one of the
Indiana's
topics.
a great topic. We can
next?
talk about Indiana for all day.
All right, man. So right now, what is it? February. It's like middle February.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, something around there. And it just... Indiana's a good state. It's a good state. And...
Crossroads of America.
Right. It's very important because it's a good location. It's in between, like, Detroit, Chicago, Cincinnati. You can pretty much get anywhere in, like, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
But,
40
just
Detroit.
the winters, man.
The
They're
winters
so
are tough.
long.
Well, the thing is, like, when you go north, like, you go to, like, Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
when you get winter, you actually get snow.
Well, you got
so
a- you got a
you're
lake
like,
house
yeah,
up there, right?
I can, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
My lake house average is 4 times the national average for snow.
That's insane.
Which is
it's pretty far up
ridiculous.
there, then.
Yeah.
Pretty north.
Well, yeah, it is, like, the top left of Michigan, which is very up.
I mean, that's pretty up there, man.
Yeah. But the Indiana winters just suck because
dude.
you don't get any snow. It's just cold. And then it's just cold.
Well, yeah.
And then it's like rain, and then like
Yes,
63.
Yeah. Today
and then
it's
cold.
supposed to rain and snow, and then rain again in the same day because it's like
that's classic Indiana weather.
dude, it's tough. And there's like a little bit of snow on the ground, but like not enough to like cover anything. So it's just kind of wet and just sloshy.
It's pretty sloshy.
It's just tough, man.
Yeah, that sloshy gray snow is some of the nastiest substance on earth.
The overcast in the
just-
winters, man.
Yeah, like the other day when it was like 63, we had like blue skies and like
Oh yeah,
it was like I literally felt like rejuvenated.
it's like once in a month, man.
Yeah, it really is. Like you could be like winter, get like a 63 day, and then June have like a 30-degree
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, but some people like that. Some people like a lot of and we do
Variation.
get all the seasons here.
We do. That's a good thing about
We
Indiana.
get summer, fall, spring, and
Winter.
because winter's just tough. Man.
Winter is tough, but I do say during winter I do like my car a lot more. Driving is more fun in winter.
I agree, dude. And I do so much stupid shit on the roads.
Well, you
in the
should.
winter.
I mean, that's
'Cause
what
I got a
Indiana
two-wheel
winters are
drive,
for.
and it just kicks out. Oh, another thing is there's a shit ton of roundabouts in Indiana.
Oh yeah, our
In
city has like
suburbia-
some of the most roundabouts in the world.
Suburbia, anywhere around Indianapolis is just insane amount of
Ridiculous,
roundabouts.
yeah.
I think. Yeah, oh my gosh. So in the snow, it's really fun if you look at it the right way.
Yeah.
If you're like
you
an
don't
old
look at
lady,
it the right
then-
way, then it's like horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
No, man. If I was like retired here, it would suck.
Oh, I would
You-
never
you
retire
could trip
in
and
Indiana.
fall. You could trip.
Indiana's.
And fall really
I've always
easily.
said it's a great place to raise a family, but it's a terrible place to have fun.
Yeah, that's that's a good line, man.
unless you go like up north to like our subpar lakes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
our lakes are
But
kinda
that's
trashy in
that's
Indiana.
Called Lake Michigan too.
Well, no, like I'm talking like the
I got
like
you.
mid-state lakes, like Wawasee and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Like those are subpar lakes. Like you go to Michigan, you get like some really nice lakes.
Oh yeah. No, Michigan lakes are super clear.
Unbelievable. Like there's Glen Lake in Michigan is like literally you feel like you're in the Caribbean.
Dude, I would. Okay, here's the thing. I would have like a summer house in Michigan, but I can't stand the snow, man. I've never been one to like the snow.
I wanna live in a summer house in Michigan for sure. Northern
like,
Michigan,
down
like
south.
away from civilization.
Yeah.
But like still close to like a grocery store, so I'm not like growing my own stuff like Minecraft.
Right.
But like
right. Yeah.
but like then a house like down south in like Texas or Arizona, not Louisiana because that's God's punching bag.
Well,
but
dude, the Caribbean looks dope.
the
I wouldn't mind
Caribbean
living in
does
the
look dope. I could move to the Caribbean, but then you have to go through the whole like foreign exchange between the U.S.
you
and the
get,
Caribbean.
You
like,
get captured and killed by
yeah, Somali pirates,
not,
sailing
not
across.
Somalian, but yeah. So how about this? What do you call a bunch of white guys sitting on a bench?
Mexicans.
No. What? no. The NBA.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's
I like
pretty
that
good.
one. I like that one.
Yeah. Do you know what the square root of NBA is?
The WNBA?
No, it's Africa in a box.
What? Okay. Gosh.
That's a
these
Bo
jokes are-
Burnham joke. It's a good one.
This one just looks bad. I'm not even going to pre-read it. I don't pre-read these, by the way, so...
I don't think you should.
All right. How do you get a baby into a small box? Oh, this is... with a blender. How do you get a baby out of a small box? Doritos. That's a good one. I like that. That's like an anti-joke almost.
Yeah. Hey Josh, how many Jews can you fit around a campfire?
No, we're not going this extreme here. We gotta have some censorship here. All right.
None, because Jews don't go around campfires.
Oh, gosh. All right. We did some jokes. Next topic on the list for today, for this podcast. And this is only the second podcast on SloshHours.
Yeah, so we still have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah,
nor
dude,
will we ever have an idea
I'm
what we're
supposed
doing.
to be the host here, man. I think it's going okay.
It's going fine.
Besides, I'm looking at the audio and it looks like it's clipped a shit ton. So like the
That's
reader
good.
will be like,
yeah,
that's fine.
That's
or
fine.
the listener, right?
It adds character.
Yeah, but it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good. I think as long as we don't get censored or like people think
We
we're
will
like
get censored.
Nazis or something, I think it'll be okay. But also, I think not enough people talk about stuff like this.
No, it's because political correctness. Everyone's.
Yeah, dude, political correctness is like the death.
It's so
the death
bad.
of comedy for sure, and a lot of comedians talk about it.
Like if you go back to like the 70s,
It's
there's
hilarious.
like Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
That dude could be like. He would be demonetized and censored,
dude, and that's what
line
comedy
after
is.
line.
And it's not like you're like against one type of people or one thing. They make fun of everybody.
Yeah, it's not like the only place that they can make fun of everyone right now is SNL, and that's just
SNL,
because
they
they have a
still do it.
history of it.
Yeah, and they're famous enough that like
Yeah.
no one's gonna tell them not to do it.
Like other than that, if you're outside of that and you make jokes about races, like
Well, races, sex, religion.
Yeah, like
anything
any of
today,
it's
man.
terrible.
People just get triggered.
that's not how it should be. You should be able to say whatever you want and
Well, people
not get canceled for it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm encountering with like even at school.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
You'll say something and someone will just get triggered, and it's like obviously a joke. Like these dark jokes are obviously jokes
they're
that
not
we're
like
doing.
we don't actually mean what these jokes
Yeah, we
are
don't
saying.
actually put babies in blenders. We
Nor
put 'em
are
in
we
cardboard
Nazis.
Boxes.
Yeah. We put them in refrigerators.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, no, I agree. Political correctness is.
It's terrible. I can't stand it.
Well, this isn't politically correct. This
No.
podcast isn't politically correct.
No, that's good. It's good. I don't
That's
want
good.
it to be. If it was, it'd be a
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
podcast.
And I'm thinking, I think we should do some where like we get 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah,
Like
I'd be
like
down.
a group discussion.
Like, could you imagine if you put like we have a
Don't use
future
real
guest?
names. Yeah. Don't use real names though.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we have a future guest who's
Yeah.
a friend of ours with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Really funny kid.
Yeah.
I can imagine
say
him on here
we
talking
call this
about
guy
this.
middle part Tommy D.
Yeah.
And
Or
he's-
Tommy D. It
he's
depends
a
on how
s-
his hair is looking. Like,
Yeah.
if he has it middle parted, then he's middle part Tommy D, which is like the top level of all Tommy D.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's just hilarious. That's when he's at his peak insanity.
Yeah.
But he's a staunch conservative, and he's very entitled to his viewpoints and beliefs, and some of them are pretty radical. So that'd be pretty funny to just bring him on and discuss politics.
And he has no chill about anything he talks about.
No,
everything is to the
he
max.
doesn't. He doesn't
It's
hold
so
back.
funny.
So we're gonna have to talk to him before we go live on the podcast for sure. But yeah, that'd be fun. And then
there's no censorship with Tommy D.
And then I think some of these, because we have some crazy stories, dude. Some of these should just be just straight stories.
Yeah, like we could go on to this if we wanted to.
Talk
about stories.
Let's do that. This is only the second podcast. Come on. You gotta work your way into these. That would be pretty funny though.
Yeah, I think we need to.
No. So we're 23 minutes in, and I think these should be 45 to an hour.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Because like,
if you get longer than that, then it just becomes like, ugh, I don't want to listen to this podcast.
I'm big into Joe Rogan, and I love what he does. That's pretty much what I'm modeling this off. But
I mean, you should.
His are like 2 to 3 hours, and it's like it takes me a couple days to get through a podcast.
Well, it's intimidating to look at the timestamp too, where you're like 3 hours.
I could be doing better stuff. You know, like,
I'm not just gonna sit there for 3. That's like more than a movie of just listening to podcasts.
The thing I've encountered about his podcast is you actually learn from it.
Well, yeah, you do. Can you imagine how smart Joe Rogan must be with
knows.
all of the
knows.
guests he's had on that are just like geniuses and doctors?
Yeah, he brings
and, like,
on specialists. Like I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then I watched
so
Elon Musk. With
Elon
Joe
Musk
Rogan.
is literally like an alien, dude. I honestly think
that guy's freaky.
I have a
man.
conspiracy theory
really
that he is not from Earth.
Yeah, no, I think he is. I think he's really weird. You know who I think is an actual alien?
Who?
Zuckerberg.
And he's definitely
Have you seen his face
right
now?
Have you seen his face, dude? Like, he could be.
Have you seen the video of him barbecuing meats?
No.
There's a video of him. It's so weird.
So he just like uses his hand at fries, or like?
No, it's an advertisement for like Facebook Live or something he was doing. I don't know what it was. And then he's in his backyard with like 2 or 3 guys that are just like on his cock because he's Zuckerberg, right?
And he's worth billions.
Yeah, and he can spy on them when they're sleeping. But anyways, they're barbecuing meats and just watching them like walk around. It's bizarre.
Yeah,
freaky,
he's weird.
Man.
He's a weird guy. Did you see the? You remember when he testified to Congress?
Yeah.
Dude, that little like the haircut. You go into a haircut and you're like 7, and like you're 7, so you're not tall.
Yeah.
So you have to sit on the little booster seat. He sat on one of those in front of Congress.
Oh my god.
Might I mention this
is he?
Huh? I don't know.
Is he like super short or something?
I don't know, but he's Zuckerberg. He's worth billions.
Yeah,
he should have no reason to sit on a booster seat in front. He could buy Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, he could, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. How did we get into that? What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about Rogan.
Oh, yeah, Joe Rogan.
And
I think he's probably a great guy, too.
Joe?
Yeah, listening to him talk, he seems like a real genuine guy.
He for sure does. And he's so interesting.
Well, and he's well-versed because he started out in, I think, comedy. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
he started out in comedy.
And then he did the UFC.
He did UFC and comedy at the same time, I think.
And then he got into a little bit of showbiz and then investing a little bit. So, like, he's literally, he's dabbled in every different industry.
Yeah.
And that makes him so
interesting. And he can just, like, beat the shit out of anybody. Yeah, and he's kind of a small guy, too.
No, but he's jacked.
I don't think he's too tall.
No, I don't
but,
know.
I mean, I can't judge. I'm like 5'7". Yeah, look it up. How tall is Joe Rogan?
Let's find out.
Because he is a badass.
He's dope. I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Some of the guests he has on are
Dude, I was watching Joey Diaz with
Joey Diaz. Really?
You gotta watch that, man. That guy's hilarious. He popped this star edible thing. Censored material.
You. He is you.
Yo, you just used my name, bro.
Huh? No, I said slosh.
Yeah, we can just bleep it out.
That's fine.
Hey, to everybody that just heard that bleep, that was my name. You're not gonna.
Good thing you didn't actually hear the bleep.
Good thing I bleeped it out though.
What's Joe Rogan's weight?
Well, he's a thick guy.
He's 195 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah.
What a unit. Some of these pictures are crazy. Dude, did he fight in UFC?
I don't think so. I know he's like an announcer, but I think he started out in like wrestling in high school and stuff. He could do some fighting on the side. I don't know if he was ever a UFC
I know
fighter.
He does jiu-jitsu. He talks about that a lot.
Oh, dude, he's done like everything, man.
Yeah. I was listening to, if you guys have ever heard of Alex Honnold, he's the dude who climbed El Capitan.
Oh, yeah.
They made a documentary. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. It's called a Free Solo.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, Alex Honnold, is absolutely crazy. So if you guys don't know, El Capitan is one of the hardest walls in the world to climb.
Yeah.
With ropes. This dude, Alex Honnold, did it without ropes. Which is
that's
crazy.
insane, dude.
And then he got his brain studied, and the part where there's fear,
Yeah.
it like doesn't function correctly. So it has to have more, like he has to have more like adrenaline and like crazy experiences.
Those guys
for it
are
to be
insane.
activated.
Even the people that do marathons and like triathlons, just to do that is insane.
Yeah, I couldn't
just
imagine.
Mentally, because physically it's insane, but mentally to put yourself through
mentally,
that.
do you know how hard it would be to look and be like, yeah, I got 3 hours of running left.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds.
You wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I want to go.
Yeah, I want to go run for 3 hours.
I respect it.
6-minute mile pace.
I respect it, man. All right, let's see here. Let's do it. Let's do a statistic.
Yeah, I'm always.
I usually I think I'm gonna get the guest to do statistics. So if I'll slide this around. You're gonna scroll through, read anything you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be anything.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
Okay, this is crazy.
What's this website called?
This is list25.com.
Okay, there you go.
On average, a person would fill 2 swimming pools with 25,000 quarts of saliva during their lifetime. I'm never going swimming again.
No, dude, I believe that, especially because I play baseball, so
yeah,
it's insane how much we spit.
Yeah.
And that used to be from like dipping and stuff,
Yeah.
and chew, but now it's just like
now it's just like spit. It's genetic. Like, oh, your father played baseball, you have to spit.
No, dude, when I step on a baseball field, I just start spitting.
Oh yeah, dude, I do the same thing when I step into a toilet.
What?
No, dude, here's a subtle fact. Before I use the bathroom, I always spit.
Why?
And whatever I'm pissing into.
Really? Oh, like
I don't know why. Thing? Like, no, that's just what I do. It used to be because I had allergies, so I had to clear my throat. But now it's just like
it's like a
habit.
That's pretty strange.
It's weird. Man. You should try it though. It's nice.
It'll change your life, man.
Yeah. All right. You ever tried DMT?
Yeah.
That's a road joke. If you guys.
Dude, his drug talks.
Very interesting.
Well, the thing I like about him is he's knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't just be like, yeah, you guys got to try this drug. The high is really good. He's like, this is the effect it has on your brain and why some people do it and what the experience is like.
Yeah, and I love when he calls in doctors and talks about it.
Yeah. No,
they talk about the inner workings of your brain and, like, whole, like, human body system.
And I was watching, it was a weed legalization. He brought on two guys, one that was pro and one against legalization.
I love when he does.
But as of right now, try speaking into your mic. Yeah. Okay, I think we're back. Can you hear me now?
I'm pretty sure we're back. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my headphones, they're destroyed now. So right now I'm not using headphones, so I can't hear myself.
Thanks a lot, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Some better headphones, bud.
Thanks, bro. But what were we even talking about?
Weed legalization.
Oh. yeah. I don't know if we should go on that. So we're at 32 minutes now.
Do you want to continue with weed legalization? Or I think we could. I've got a thought. We could go into the school system.
Yeah, that was one of the topics, because there's a lot to discuss in that.
Oh my, I have so many thoughts. Where did you even want to start?
Do you want to go first and say something?
Yeah, sure. So, personally, I think the school system is a complete shit show.
Yeah, I agree.
It is disgustingly bad for our civilization. One of my main problems with the school system is that I'm a 17-year-old in high school, but there are people who are like 25, fresh out of college, or, they've been out of college for 3 years, and they're working at a business and making like $60K a year, $70K a year.
Okay.
When the only difference between them and me is that they have a degree that says their name on it and their school's name on it.
Oh, so you're talking like college level?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do their job better than them in some cases.
Totally.
But I make no money right now, zero from school.
You actually pay to go to school.
I pay, we pay to go to school. These people are getting paid to do a job that I could do better than them.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. And the idea that people have to go to college now.
I'm not feeling that.
I think one of the main problems is, first of all, people look at where your degree is from rather how much knowledge you have before hiring you. And like your personal daily routine, I'd almost say is more important than where you got your education from. In business.
I would agree too.
But then again, I don't know shit about business.
I would say I'm like kind of well versed in business. I mean, I got second in the state on a test that we had to take for business.
But people can go to like a prestigious school and just like be horrible at their job.
Well, and what sucks is people can go to a prestigious school because their father built the library.
Yes, that is wrong.
Disgustingly terrible.
And that's just the way it is, man. Money makes the world go round.
Well, and another thing that I hate is there's this idea that's in effect, affirmative action.
What's that?
It's where white males are disadvantaged in getting into college or other races.
The whole race thing taking into factor
is horrible.
Well, I think it's racist.
It for sure is, because it excludes
against
people who are doing better than other people
and
because of their
based
race.
Off the race. And there could be, what's the best race to get into college? Isn't it like Native American or something?
It's Hawaiian. Hawaiians make up like.
So if you're a super
or like island people.
Yeah.
Or Native
okay, that's like a section. If you're like a super wealthy, well off, and you've been private tutored, and you're Hawaiian, and then you're like what's probably the worst one? Probably like white.
Yeah, white.
Okay, and then if you're like dirt poor white guy living down by the racetrack in Indiana.
Rich white guy. Rich white guy is the worst.
No, I know, but I'm saying if you're a white guy and your situation is bad, you have a less possibility to get into school than a Hawaiian with a good situation.
Which is terrible because, I mean, theoretically it made sense when we first put it into place because white people were overall put in a better position.
I agree.
But it's leveled out so much now that it doesn't.
It's hard to say, man. It's truly hard to say, and I know that's a controversial topic, but
like we had in the first podcast, we had Soup.
Yeah.
Who is like a 6'4", 6'5" Native American. So he's got
talked about this a lot.
Very good chance at getting into college because of his ethnicity.
He's Native, but he has the same situation as us.
Or better.
Or better.
Yeah.
That's what doesn't make sense.
And it just doesn't, it makes no sense to me because he has put it no disadvantages.
Yeah. But it's just literally because of his race.
Well, and he's not even Native American to the point where you'll be like, oh, he's Native American.
I mean,
but his skin isn't like...
Yeah.
His skin's like slightly darker, but nothing crazy.
No, I agree, man. I think the whole judging people's life based on their race is messed up. Because I know people in every race that have had a horrible life and people in every race that have had a good life.
Yeah.
So it should be based off your situation rather than the identity politics which our society does, which is associating you with a group behavior instead of personalized.
Mm-hmm. I think it should be based off of what you've done with your situation.
Yeah.
Because,
there's people that have jobs and stuff while in school, so their grades aren't as good because they're having to pay for their family. But you can't check off a box for that on a college.
You should be able to, though. If you're going to look at the holistic person when you're deciding who to admit into college.
Which is what they should do.
You should look into stuff like that, not just the color of their skin.
I agree.
It's ridiculous.
I agree, man. What about high school? What about public schools? Because I was in public schools most of my life, and I just switched to private school.
Yeah, I've been in private schools my whole life.
So this will be good. We got both. Public schools, what I noticed was people are afraid to talk now. Like, teachers and stuff, they are legitimately scared to say things because they're afraid they're going to offend somebody and then get crucified. Yeah. as we often put it, yeah.
No, in private schools, it's probably from what I've seen, is the exact opposite. Yeah. Because the community at private schools is so much tighter.
Yeah, I can see that.
That no one really cares what anyone else says.
And then you can just project your
you can say whatever you want, and they'll just be like, okay, next, and
Yeah, no, that could be nice. But then the whole idea of standardized testing has always been kind of weird.
Because
everybody tested out of those. The standardized testing, but we were still forced to do them.
Yeah. Well, what sucks for standardized testing is I can't decide if it's a good way to test. It's a good way to test school knowledge, which is memorization.
Yeah,
that's my biggest problem with school.
That's the thing.
It's all memorization. If you can memorize it and spit it back out on a test, you're good. You get good grades, get into a good college.
Yeah, so many classes are literally you just listen to what the teacher says, memorize it the day before the test,
and then spit it back out.
Spit it back out so the teacher likes what you put on the paper,
and then you didn't learn anything. Yeah,
it's not.
You move on past the class next.
It's not learning. It's literally getting a grade.
I mean, I feel like I've learned more outside of school into things that I've looked into personally.
I totally agree.
Than even about the subjects that are taught in school. Than I'm learning in school, because in school I don't actually care about it. I'm forced to care about it, which takes away my genuine.
It's the motivation.
Yeah.
And I guess the motivation is grades, but I don't necessarily think that's a good motivation.
I don't either.
You got to get
you're
a
more
good
than
grade.
Just a grade.
We
both have this teacher in the same period.
She's a good teacher, man.
Amazing. Yeah. And she totally thinks along that line. She's literally said it. She's like, if your homework isn't done and it's past 12, go to bed. Don't do your homework. It's not worth it. Which is how it should be, because you should care more about the person than the number.
And I like her perspective because there are so many important things in our youth society right now than grades.
Yeah, for sure.
Mental health, the suicide rates in youth are exponentially just
increasing.
Terrible. And
Like, there's something like the transgender suicide rate.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Is like 40-something%.
And people just in youth are just losing their minds. And I know a lot of kids and friends that are like nihilists now.
Yeah, that's tough.
They literally think nothing matters, which is a very dark place to be. And that's like a norm.
That just spreads throughout your body, and then eventually it could lead to suicide.
These school shootings, man.
Yeah,
that
oh my
never
gosh.
used to happen.
Honestly, this sounds terrible. I'm surprised one hasn't happened around us recently.
I agree. And that's a horrible thought.
It's terrible, and you should never think that.
That.
My parents never had to think about school shootings because it just didn't happen.
It didn't happen, man. You know why it happens? People are like, oh, I don't know why this happens. We all know. We're just afraid to talk about it. It's the rise of nihilism in our culture.
For sure is.
For everybody who's listening, nihilism is the belief that essentially there's no creator, nothing matters, how you treat people doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and people can get into that because it's like a downward spiral in their life of just events, and then inside their head, and then they eventually get to that point, and they're like, shit, I gotta go shoot up the school or something like that.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, that's horrible, man.
Like, you can have different beliefs, you can have different religions, whatever, but when you get to that point where you're inflicting on someone else's life negatively,
we gotta help those kids, man. And I think schools are like, oh yeah, but you were smoking a cigarette in the bathroom, and that's really important.
Do you know what they don't care enough about? They don't care enough about mental health,
yes.
The mental health of their students.
Mental health, I agree.
If you're not healthy mentally, how can you be healthy in the classroom? Yeah. How can you be healthy towards others and create a healthy environment?
Occupies everything. If you're not a mentally healthy person, you literally can't do anything in your life.
No,
like without being messed up.
Yeah, because you think about one thing, then you're like, oh, mental health. Like it's
it's just always there.
Everything
subconsciously, it's just always
there. It's like
there.
a dark cloud looming over you, and you just can't.
And I'm fortunate; I've never really had that, but like many of the people around us in schools, around our age groups, have anxiety and depression.
Mm-hmm.
Like the diagnosis of that is off the charts. Not just like people saying, "Oh, I'm depressed." It's like
actual diagnosis
of depression.
Yeah, I've never really had any thoughts like that. I mean, like, of course you have.
Everybody goes through phases.
You go through a phase, but nothing like, oh, I'm actually gonna
like diagnosed. Yeah, and I think that's an important distinction. You know,
you just got to know when you're there, it'll end. Yeah. Tomorrow's another day. You'll think about something else. It sounds tough, cliche, man. But it's true.
Well, we gotta do something about that. Instead of focusing about, oh, global warming could kill us in 30 years, there's kids killing themselves in school right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to focus on that.
I mean, global warming, I do think is a real threat, but I think it's way blown out of proportion right now.
And I think that stuff is way off in the distance.
Yeah.
We got to focus on the stuff right now.
Yeah, we got to focus on our own mental health in order to make our society better. It's not the global warming isn't going to decrease suicide rates.
And there's a quote. I can't remember who it's from. It could be Dostoevsky or maybe Frankl, but there's a quote that's like, if you want to change the society, you got to change the children. It's easier to change children than reprogram adults.
Yeah, for sure.
But kids around us are just in dark places, man.
Yeah, I do think part of that is driven by the school system and just the outside pressure. Social media has been
horrible for people.
Absolutely horrible.
But then what I'm wondering is what happens when we're adults and
we're
in charge of stuff. If nihilists are in charge of stuff, what does that lead to?
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
I mean, social media is great, but it's also horrible. Because I know there's people on social media that I've connected with that there's no way I would connect with them in real life.
I agree. It's because it's so easy to find people and reach out to them. But I try and stay off social media now. Yeah. Like, I'm completely off Snapchat.
I've done since I'm Catholic, we do Lent every year.
Yeah.
So I like to do like a nice little social media cleanse. Yeah, I give up YouTube, Instagram. I mean, YouTube is captivating, dude. Well, part of that is my search for knowledge.
We recommend nobody give up YouTube so you can watch SloshHours Podcast.
Well, yeah, that's a great reason.
Social media is bad. YouTube's good because it's got
YouTube's good. But social media takes up a ridiculous amount of time, and I feel it's tough. If you want to get off Instagram, it's going to be hard for those first few days. It is an addiction. It really is. But once you're off it for a good period of time, it's refreshing.
It's changing.
It's refreshing, really.
I went off, let's see, I was on Snapchat for, like, I don't know. I don't even know when, like, since middle school. And then I went off, like, last year, and I was... If you don't know, Snapchat's got these things called streaks where you send people pictures each day.
And that, most of the time, pictures don't even matter. It's like a picture of a wall.
Yeah, it's a picture of the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you just send it back and forth, and that's what Snapchat is. But
so dumb.
It's pointless because I looked through all the streaks I had, and I was at a point where I had like 100 streaks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I talk in person to maybe like 15 of these people.
Yeah. I mean, my streaks, most of them, I'm gonna look through them right now. I'm friends with most of these people in person.
Yeah.
But some of them I've never said a single word to.
No, and it's like, why do you feel the need to like talk to them online when you're never going to talk to them in person?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another topic too, is dating and relationships now. So many people have like online relationships that never happen in person.
Yeah.
Which is weird, man.
Yeah, like Manti Teo. You remember that whole fiasco?
Yeah. Social media, I think that's definitely not helping the mental health of the youth.
Definitely not.
I just don't know how it could be, man. Because you feel like anxious. At least I do, personally.
Well, and it puts pressure on you to do things that like you don't necessarily.
It's not natural.
Do. No, it doesn't feel natural.
People aren't supposed to see. And me and Super talking about this, like Twitter. People tweet the stupidest stuff. Like,
yeah.
All right, I'm about to go to Starbucks and then work out, and it's like good for you.
That's why I love the comments that are like,
who cares?
Yeah, like oh, that's funny. I couldn't find who asked.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's true because like, nobody cares. And
even if I like the person, I'm like, oh, you're an interesting person. You're a friend of mine. I don't care that you're going to Starbucks.
But people feel the need to like live in this fake world and post everything.
Yeah, it's painful to look at, really.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally watching like the demise of human intelligence.
Yeah,
as it goes down.
And interaction, dude. I can't even. Okay, so I'm really not great with the ladies. For all those listeners out there, I mean, I'm a 5'7" kind of.
Neither am I. I've got the height, but not the looks.
yeah. But like I'll walk up to a girl, or like I'll hold a door open for them, and they just don't know how to talk.
It's like they freeze.
It's like, I'm not trying to get in your pants. I'm literally just trying to have a
be a good guy. Yeah, or like that's how I've been raised. I've been raised to just be a nice guy.
People don't know how to do that, man.
But like what I've seen recently is there's a lot of stuff going on that's like TikTok, which is a horrible platform, but pretty interesting sometimes.
The thing about TikTok, I'll admit, I go on there sometimes.
Yeah, I dabble with TikTok.
You get on there for 5 minutes and you look at the clock and it's been 4 hours.
4 hours. It is so captivating. It's because of the endless thing.
It's endless.
You just look through and you keep looking.
But it's random people.
Yeah.
You'll never meet those
people.
You'll
never meet those people,
but
ever.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I don't want to be trashing on girls or anything because they got it really tough in our society, probably more so than guys.
Yeah, I would agree.
But these girls, back in the day, you used to have to pay to see a prostitute naked.
Now you just go on TikTok.
They just do it. That's horrible.
It's so hoey. I hate it.
And it's scary for me because if I want to get married or settle down, I don't want to have my kids go on like TikTok and see their mom's ass when she was 12 years old. How are we not talking about this? Like how do people just like?
Well, do you know what sucks is our culture is so driven by stuff like that. Like our culture would rather see like two people hook up than actually have a successful, prosperous relationship.
I agree.
Which is horrible. That's why like when I get asked, I'm like, oh, why don't you have a girlfriend? I'm like, because
I don't want a girlfriend.
I don't want one. It's not worth it right now. Well, no one's interested in actually making like a good relationship.
You saw what just happened to me. I don't want to go on, but essentially I was just cheated on a while ago.
Yeah, I don't understand how you could do that to someone else.
But it's a norm now.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Every relationship that ends is either one of two things. A, it didn't work out, which is that happens. It just doesn't. Yeah. But B, like I would say, like 70% of relationships right now
are cheating.
It's
so easy now.
And I don't know how you do that to another person. But, like, are you not raised in the right way?
Listen to the music. Literally, music now.
I just listen to that song.
Cheat, fuck bitches, get money, cheat again. I got 3 chicks. They don't know about each other.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, these kids are raised now, especially our age, and it's horrible. It's okay to just be cheating on people.
Yeah.
And it's so easy because you literally, like, I'll get on my phone, and back when I was on Snapchat, and someone will snap me and be like, hey, you up? You want to come over? And that's literally it.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is.
You don't even have to know the person either. They could have added you yesterday. Never send a word to them in real life. Like,
literally,
hey,
the only interaction is through that social media. That is like... That's
scary,
so
broken. Or do you know what I hate? I hate when people break up, or like when people talk only over social media.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
And like, or they like, if you break up with someone, this needs to be a life lesson right here. If you break up with someone, do it in person.
That's the most fucked thing.
Don't be sad. Don't do it over text. If you do it over text, you're just proving that you don't have the balls to do it in person.
That's so cowardly. I agree, man. I think social media is going to be the downfall. If it hasn't already, it's going to be the downfall of human existence.
Well, I think it's for sure contributed to the mental health problems.
I totally agree.
Which is literally, by definition, the downfall of human existence.
Yeah. It's the increase in mental health and the failure to actually have an interaction, which is going to lead to people just going to dark places, man. Because you can be famous online, but in reality be like in a bad place, bad mentally.
For sure.
And I think that happens a lot. People, you know what I think? When people start investing in their social media life, it's because their life isn't what they want it to be,
and they're insecure.
Yeah, so they look for.
I mean, there's some people who see their social media life who actually got famous, and they're like, "Oh, I can make a career out of this."
Yeah,
kudos to them. That's good. If you can make money off of something, you should do it.
The average, and girls too, they're forced to be on social media now.
Yeah, and you're forced to comment on every person's picture.
If you're a girl in high school and you're not on social media, I have insane respect for you, because now it's like if you're not, you're an outcast. If you're not on every single platform. Especially
if you're a popular person in real life and you're not on social media. Yeah. I don't know a single person who's
doesn't exist.
Considered popular. I mean, popularity is a stupid spectrum, but...
No, it's important to understand, and I feel like I'm kind of an outcast because I'm not on social media right now.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, oh, I sent you this, and I'm like, dude, I'm not on social media.
Yeah, I've done that. Like when I go on my Lent cleanse every year from like Instagram
I think people should do that.
And Twitter and Snapchat and stuff, someone will text me through iMessage, which I still use because you got to be able to communicate somehow. Yeah. And they'll be like, hey, yo, check this thing out on Instagram. And I'll be like,
I'm not on it.
I can't, sorry. And they'll be like, oh. Like they don't know, the Elmer's frozen. They don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because it's so like out of the norm to not be on social media right now.
Yeah, and then they're like, why aren't you? And you're like, I don't know, man, I needed a break. They're like, oh, that's...
And then you're like, weird. Oh, you should try it. And they're like, oh, no,
dude,
please no.
I recommend people should try it because as soon as you get off, you realize how much crap you're filling your head with.
You for sure are. And you realize how much time you waste on there.
The time. That's what I've
noticed. During Lent, I literally don't know what to do because I'm like, oh, right now I'd be watching... I'd be on Instagram.
For like on Twitter. Hours, and then you could be like, oh, well, I'm going to go work out or read a book.
Yeah, you could become a better person rather than just wasting your time away.
Yeah, it's a form of escape, and I think that's important to have for everybody. Everybody has one. It's like what hobbies are to a certain extent.
But honestly, there should be better forms of escape than looking at college videos on Instagram or like girls' asses. Instagram. Yeah.
That is just, I can't stand that.
It's so sad to see the downfall of society.
And you know what's sad, too, is there'll be, like, a popular girl, and there'll be a picture of her, like, with her family at, like, a nice dinner. It'll have, like, 200 likes. And then the next picture will be, like, her naked, and it'll have, like, 1,000 likes.
Yeah, it's... Oh, my gosh,
that is
it's
wrong,
so
man.
sad.
And that's to the guys listening to this, if anybody's still listening to this, stop doing that.
That's on you. That's on you. Don't be out here liking pictures.
It's the positive
like that.
reinforcement. And... let's be honest. If you want to settle down and have a wife, you don't want her doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you're giving positive reinforcement now to the girls that you could future marry to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're trying to settle down, it's just going to be screwed.
And what sucks too is it's on the opposite side too. So like the girls only like the pictures. Of the douche guys.
I totally see that. Yeah.
And that creates a desire for it's economics. You get demand. If you have supply of douche guys, then you get more demand of douche guys.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just bad for everyone.
If there's a higher demand, that creates a higher supply.
Yeah, like if you've heard the phrase nice guys never win. Unfortunately, it's true right now. when it comes to dating.
Well, I'm scared, man.
Which sucks because I'm a nice guy.
Well, yeah, no, me too, man.
Or I try and be a nice guy at least, but
But dude, right now I don't think I want to get married.
No, I don't know. I want to get married, but I feel like I'm gonna have a tough time finding someone to get married to.
Here's a statistic for you guys: over 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Which is so sad.
Let me say that again. Over 50% of marriages end in divorce.
That means if 3 couples get married, it's more than likely that 2 would get divorced.
4 couples get married.
Yeah. Over 2 of them are going to get divorced. That's ridiculous.
2.5 will get divorced there.
Huh? Over 2. Yeah, about that. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's scary, man. And that's causing people, at least me and some of my friends, to never want to get married. And I'm sure it's just as bad on the girl side.
I mean, I still want to get married because I feel like there's a bond there between a man and a woman that's special. And you can't recreate it through anything else. You can try to, but you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So, like, I still want to get married, but I feel like it's going to be a tough...
It's getting harder.
It's going to be a tough path to find someone
that's...
Well, and the thing is, once you get married, since our society is so divorce-driven now, with over a 50% divorce rate, you can't even feel secure in your own marriage because you're like...
And it's scary.
It is more than likely that
and it's
I will
so easy to cheat. I'm going to go back to that.
Yeah,
man.
it's...
Too many people
think of cheating as like, oh, it's just one time, it doesn't actually matter. It does matter. Like, you're not just...
When I got cheated on, it didn't mean anything. And I'm like,
that's such cap.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything? Fine, then our relationship doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
I'm out.
That's essentially what happened. But I don't know, man. I saw that, and maybe it's just because we're in high school and people aren't mature yet, which
definitely could be part of it.
But then you look at 50% of marriages end in divorce.
And divorce rate. People aren't getting married in high school.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that...
It leads to worse mental health. It's just cyclical.
It does. It's all the big circle. All the big circle of life.
And so we're at like 56 minutes right now.
Really?
Yeah, so we got to start concluding this. But I'd say the message for this podcast is the people in charge in government, especially teachers, because you play a big role in kids'
Teachers
lives.
are the foundation of America.
I agree, and they should get paid more.
And farmers.
That's a different topic. If you're one of those people in a high position, focus on mental health in kids and problems that are happening right now in our society.
The stuff that matters.
The stuff that matters.
Skip the BS about...
Skip the, you didn't do your reading last night.
Yeah, God forbid you didn't read this poem.
And let's just bash on Trump or bash on Bernie. That doesn't affect us.
It does,
right
but
now.
Not like if your mental health...
You're not focusing on anything else.
If your mental health is being consumed by politics, you need a serious checkup.
Well, it's an escape. It's all an escape, dude.
Yeah,
because people would rather focus on that than the stuff around us, like mental health, cheating, divorce, all those problems.
It's sick society.
All right, so let's go to a joke or something. This was pretty good, man. We got into some deep topics.
Yeah,
I don't know what should I title this one.
Huh?
What did we go through? Let's see.
We went through
Jordan Peterson, school. We did some relationships and divorce.
We did do some relationship advice.
That wasn't even planned. That was good.
No.
I think it should be. Dude, I'm just title it like societal norms or something.
No, it needs to be like societal advice or like societal.
Yeah, advice.
Something like that.
Focus on real problems and mental health.
Yeah.
For everybody listening. Do you want to do a Joker statistic?
Ooh. Should we flip a phone?
No, let's just do one of both. I'm not trying to crack my phone again. This one's pretty fucked. All right. No, I'm not. I'm reading this one. You know, pedophiles. That's a good start. Pedophiles are fucking immature assholes. That was...
Dude, who writes these jokes sometimes?
This is,
like, who sits there and goes, yeah, I'm gonna make a joke.
Oh, it's hilarious.
You know pedophiles?
This is 50 dark humor jokes for... Yeah, and that's when it cuts off. That's just the... Alright, let's do a statistic.
Yeah, let's close out on statistic.
Which one did you do?
I did the pool saliva.
Oh, okay, how about this one? This one's a light way to end the podcast. You'll spend about 3 months of your life on the toilet.
I think more than that.
No, 3 months, like days and nights, like 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of time.
Especially after school.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I think
hey, thanks for coming on, man. This is Lemur, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
it's a good podcast.
It's been nice. I'll have you on again. Thanks for listening.